going on, everybody? Welcome back to the HotZone Hitting Podcast, episode number 5. I'm your host, Jackson Tyre, back again with Andrew Amato. Andrew, how we doing?
I'm great, Jackson. Another day, baby. Another week. Excited,
Yes,
man.
sir.
We got another fantastic guest star today that I'm beyond fired up to have on the pod. Really, really honored to have him join us today.
Absolutely. Great guest. Obviously, another great opportunity to spread some knowledge of the game, spread some stories, share some experiences. Can't complain,
Absolutely.
man. Awesome time.
Absolutely. We had
Take
a
us
good
away with the
one.
ball knowledge today, Andrew.
Absolutely.
I
Ball
can't wait to
knowledge
break into this.
segment. Here we go. We are filming this on August 4th, everyone. So on August 4th, 2023, Bobby Witt Jr., one of the most electric players in the whole league of the Kansas City Royals, hit his 20th home run of the season against the Philadelphia Phillies, making him the first player in MLB history to record at least 20 home runs and 30 bags in each of his first 2 major league seasons. Congratulations, Bobby. What an achievement. That's pretty sick in my opinion. First one ever. I mean, that's pretty electric. He defines what it means to be electric in baseball, without a doubt.
For sure. It's always nice to be the first. By the way, Coach Mams, if you're listening, sorry he had to throw in the leg. Classic Western Pennsylvania slang right there. Hopefully you got that.
Love you, Coach.
My fellow Blue Hens, you guys understand.
It's like league. Engraved in. I don't really say league anymore, dude. Like we said it so much, it just like kind of got instilled into my vocab.
Yeah, it's not the league for anybody new watching. It's never about the league. It's the leg.
For the integrity of this leg.
Have to say it like that in honor of Mr. Greg Mamula, skipper.
Love you, man. Coach. Love you,
Anyways, talk about Bobby Witt, man. Big news for the boys, dude. Especially me and you.
Yeah.
We got a common friend. Speaking of Bobby Witt and the Royals, man, our friend Michael Calamoss, you guys might know him from episode number 1. Mm-hmm. No longer a Kansas City Royal.
He's not. He's a Pirate.
He's a Pittsburgh Pirate, a part of a deadline trade for, what was it, Bailey Falter?
I believe so. Yeah, it happened right at the deadline, dude. He texted me at like, I think it had to be a minute or 2 before the deadline, and he just texted me, I just got dealt, and I was like, oh my god, insane, so crazy. Cool, so cool.
Saw Ken Rosenthal's tweet pop up on the phone. I didn't think anything of it. Been seeing him all day, and then don't know why, but as I'm shutting my phone, I just briefly saw Moss. I was like, am I seeing something here? Look, I put the phone back, and I'm like, oh shit, Callan Moss traded to the Pirates.
Crazy.
For those who don't know, how the business side and pro ball and all that stuff works, I had to confer for myself just to make sure, but called Callan on the phone with him the other day. In great spirits, obviously. One of those things, the Royals were the start of his career. Obviously, they mean a lot in his heart, but at the end of the day, man, it's always nice to be dealt for a big leaguer. And all respect to the Pirates, obviously, that's a pro organization. Obviously, no one in that org is something to be messed with. Obviously, elite players as always. Yeah. But for being honest here, in terms of the big league level, for what they have at first base compared to what the Royals got at first base, I'm stoked for my guy.
Oh, as well. I mean, the ticket to the bigs is much clearer for him now. Obviously a lot more work to be done, and Callan knows that. But what an honor and what a blessing, and just how cool is that, man? I mean, one of our closest dogs dealt in a big league deal, man.
Dude, it's like crazy, like, and I feel weird even like saying this, but like just being so close to him and like being around him for so long, man, it's like it's almost cool how like you can just almost kind of experience it with him, you know what I'm saying? Like,
100%. I completely agree. It's not like, I don't want to say like living vicariously, because that's a terrible thing to do, and people that do that are not happy at all. But then again too, it's just like you're happiest when you're making other people happy. Like he lives that, and like we all breathe that, and just like to see him have so much success, man, it's just like you couldn't be happier for him. There's no one else in this world more deserving than Michael Calamoss. anybody that has the opportunity to meet him in this life, he will treat you like he's known you for 10 years. What a Class A human. Nobody more deserving. So, Callan, if you're tuning in and listening, man, congratulations from the two of us. What an honor, what a blessing. And we wish you nothing but the best with the Pittsburgh Pirates going forward.
Listen, all I'm saying is that slander, whatever bullshit people are saying on social media, because this is the thing, bro. Because it's the people who never played high level baseball, right? The people who obviously just played the system the right way, man. They got all these dumbass talk shows and shit talking about pro baseball, talking about Pittsburgh Pirates, Royals, whatever it is, talking about trade deadline. I just saw the show, the Just Baseball show the other day, the podcast or the Baseballer podcast. Either I forget which one it is, but they were chirping the Pirates for having such a bad deadline, like deals and stuff. And like I get why, of course. Like obviously they didn't make a huge splash, right? No
Sure.
big names, none of that stuff. But like they mentioned how they traded away Bailey Falter, who's a great player, great pitcher, solid. You know what you're going to get out of him. He's been solid for years. They were mad they traded him away for Evan Sisk, and then they traded for Evan Sisk and Callan Moss, a minor leaguer in High A that's only hitting 270 with 7 home runs. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like,
yeah,
boy,
do your research. I mean,
do research, bro.
How many RBI? He had number
He was at
70
80
the other day.
I think he was at 70 or 80. One of them.
70 or 80. One of the two. 100%.
And like also like obviously like I guess it's something that most people wouldn't know, but it's also like Callan's sitting here telling me by the week. I mean, he's playing in Iowa, right by the river. The wind's howling in every day. The amount of balls hit 108 plus at like 30, 35
and there's so many people and there's so many people in the front office dealing with just the analytics part of it, running all that data. Like there's so much more that goes into that decision than just the numbers you could pull up on baseball.
And it's all data backed. It's all data backed. Obviously, they see that. I mean, every baseball player
obviously adds value. Yeah, they wouldn't trade for him if he didn't add value.
And it's like no shit. He's the only minor leaguer, part of the deal, part of a big league trade.
Yeah,
obviously he means something to him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have a vision that hey, this could be a steal guy that could play first base in a couple of years for us.
Which
like, they have that. I agree.
But
he
anyways,
hard man.
That was just my little rant. Obviously, I respect everybody for their own opinions and stuff like that. Obviously, some people don't see all of it.
Of course.
It was just my little rant. Obviously, again,
I get it as a Pirates fan too. You want to make a big splash and get a big name or a big prospect or something, but you guys got a stud. You got the nicest human being and one of the best baseball players I've ever had the honor of sharing the field with. So maybe they'll look back at that clip in 5 years and go, "Boy, were we wrong."
Which they will.
They will.
I'm not gonna. I'm completely talking for myself right now. So, Callan, if you're mad at me for ranting a little bit, I'm sorry. But again, that's like one of my best friends, like a brother to me. So when I see people shit talking, like he's some scrub, I'm just like, damn, man, what are we fucking doing? Like, part of my language, but like, what are we doing?
I feel you. I feel you. That's real. That's real.
Makes me pissed.
That's real. That's real.
Anyways, let's get back to the podcast, man. Let's welcome our guest today. This guy, rising star in the SEC at the University of Kentucky. Everybody, welcome Mr. Hudson Brown.
Huddy. What's going on, Huddy? How are you?
I'm great. How are y'all?
We're doing good.
Fantastic,
We're doing good.
Hudson. Yeah. Fantastic. Let me introduce you properly, Hudson. All right, you mind?
I'll go ahead.
All right, Hudson, like I said, rising star in the SEC at Kentucky, left-handed hitter, first baseman. True freshman year in 2024, Hudson made an impact. 265, 3 homers, 20 RBIs. Got on base a lot at a 386 clip across 41 games played. Capped off your freshman debut, being named to the Clemson All-Regional team during your postseason run. That was good stuff right there. Shined in the summer circuit as well, hitting 337 with a 487 OBP for the Lincoln Potters, and also suiting up for the Elizabethton River Riders. And quickly becoming, obviously, a big name in Lexington, big name on the college baseball scene. And welcome to the show, my man. How you doing?
I appreciate it. I'm doing great.
Huddy,
Awesome,
man. I
bro.
mean, for the people that don't know back home, I had the honor of sharing the field with this absolute savage before he was in college. And what an honor it was, and how rewarding it is to see you grow over these last couple of years, man. I mean, from where you were going into the University of Kentucky to what you did this summer, man, what a tremendous growth, man. It's super proud of you, bud.
I
It's
appreciate
insane.
that.
It's awesome. You're balling out. And then you're the most down to earth, genuine, caring dude I've ever met. Super stoked for you, man. The future's bright, bud. But anyways, obviously, Huddy, huge summer, man. Tell me about what's been going on, what you've been feeling. How's life going right now?
It's going good. Not much going on other than lifting, hitting, fishing a little bit on the side. That's about it.
For sure. When you gotta get up back there to Lexington?
I'll be going back August 15th, and I think we'll start our fall ball stuff probably the week of August 22nd. I think that's when we start school, so it'll be about then. So as soon as I get back, it'll be about go time. So
Got you. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. You must be fired up to be back home in Mississippi down there. How's that time been? Obviously super long season. You guys had a tremendous run there in the Clemson regional, and then straight to summer ball right after. So how's that time been back home with the family?
very nice, much needed rest. Body was a little tore up, which that's everybody after the season. So I mean, you go get your business done in summer ball, and thankfully I only had to play
I'm
a
sure.
month or two, but I
For
enjoyed the
sure.
month. It was a great time, great team, great guys. Would absolutely have loved to stay longer. Just you need a rest, you need a reset. So I'm glad
Without a
I'm on that
doubt.
right now, but I'm kind of starting to get sick of sitting around. I'm starting to itch, get ready to get back at it. So
Absolutely. I see all those animals behind you up there. You've been hunting lately, Huddy? You've been getting after it down there, or is it? I don't
yeah,
really know. I'm not a big hunter myself. I don't know how hunting season works or anything. I know that's more your cup of tea.
yeah, it's like for me, it's September through December, pretty much. I'm
Sure.
hunting up there in Kentucky as much as I can, and
Yeah.
then
Where do you go up there? Like, how far is that from campus?
I've got a buddy of mine who has about 150, 200 acres, 35 minutes off campus,
Jesus.
Is
and
he on
it's
the
the
team, or did you just like
he
meet
was
him?
he transferred out.
How
Gotcha.
big
And
is
I mean,
that?
he lives pretty close by, and so we still hang out all the time. And he's actually coming down next week to hang out with me for a
Oh my
while and my family.
God, that's
Um,
insane.
yeah,
How many miles is like 150, 200 acres? Like how big is
it's
that?
uh, I don't know how to put it into miles, but it's a good chunk of land. It's mostly hay fields with a lot of timber on it, or a little bit of timber on it. It's probably a third of it's timber, and
That's
Gotcha.
insane.
it is loaded with deer. It is unbelievable.
Oh,
That's
I
crazy.
mean, that's
How do you
crazy.
balance, Huddy? How do you balance like fall ball? Obviously, you said you start in September. How does that
Mhm.
work with, you know, you're obviously your hobby. You love it to death. You've been hunting since a
Mhm.
kid. Like, how do you balance that with obviously a really rigorous schedule? Playing SEC baseball in the fall.
Mhm.
It's crunch time in the fall. You got to get ready to suit up for the spring. Talk to me a
Yeah.
little bit about that balance and how that works.
Well, I look at it as my reset. So like, most guys they like to go to the football games or go to Keeneland on the weekends. That's big, but that's my thing. That's always been my thing. I love to sit there and be still. It's
Mhm.
quiet. It's nice. And you get a huge adrenaline dump as soon as you get the chance to,
Yeah,
you know.
for sure.
But
Well, will that be like only a weekend thing you do then, or do you
yeah,
do you
it's
get out there during the week?
so we usually have Saturdays off. So,
Okay.
but we'll have practice in the mornings, typically in the fall. So fall schedule, let's say we get done at noon. I'll probably have one class till like 3, and then I'll
Mhm.
have all my stuff in the truck. And as soon as class is over, I just drive straight there, change in the field, jump in the stand or the blind or whatever I'm sitting in that night, and
That's
get
awesome.
there Friday night. Get back to
That's so
Lexington. It's
sick.
35 minutes. Go hang out with the boys for a little bit, and then go to sleep
Yeah,
and hunt all day
yeah.
Saturday.
Well, that's
Hudson,
good. I
when'd
mean,
you
Yeah.
oh, go ahead, Jackson.
Hudson, when'd you get your first kill, bro? How long you been doing this for?
I've
This
been
hunting
going
stuff.
since I was 3. Um,
Damn.
my first deer I killed was when I was 6
Wow.
with a rifle. Yeah.
That's sick.
That's crazy.
My first
So
bow kill was
sick.
when I was 15.
That's awesome. Well, it's good that you found that that. Obviously that's your reset, and you found a way to do it. For me
Hmm.
personally, I'm
Yeah.
not good at golf, but I would say my reset what was playing golf. And I always joke with my buddies because I'm not very good at all. And Christian Colmer, if you're listening, Aquaman, yes, I know that's me. I always tend to find the water. But like I said, it's a good way to reset. And I like to say it, like when I feel like I had a bad day playing baseball, I'll play golf the next morning, and then I'll remember how good I am at baseball and how terrible I am at golf.
Yeah.
And it makes me a little bit more excited to get out there to the yard.
That's right.
That's
All
awesome.
right, Hudson.
Yeah.
So, Amada told me also about the research. Played your summer ball in the Appy League this year. We've had a few Appy League demons on our podcast so far, but in a different location, Elizabethton, Tennessee, for the River Riders. How would you kind of talk about that experience playing? Obviously, I know you talked about just your teammates and having fun and enjoying it out there, but kind of walk us through your experience with that and what were some takeaways that you can bring back to Kentucky for the fall?
One thing that I enjoyed was I guess it was new for me, but I didn't end up enjoying it. It was like a pro schedule almost, and like a very professionally run organization. So it was very similar to what I was told. This I haven't experienced it myself, but I'm told it was very similar to how the minor leagues run. With that game schedule, your playing schedule, just how the teams are coached, and that kind of thing. So like it's 6 games a week, you get one off day, and yeah, I really enjoyed that. I thought it was, they didn't make you play 6 games in a row. They understand that like we have colleges to go back to. Like this isn't our job yet. So they played us very well, played us very smart, and yeah, I couldn't recommend enough if like you're a college player, you wanted to go play in a high level league. I'd say Appy League's probably one of the best ones out there.
100%, bro. What was your favorite spot playing in that league, man? It's full of minor league parks, dude. So it's nice location and stuff. What was your favorite? I know my answer. There should be one unanimous.
Johnson City is what you're thinking.
Yep.
I'll tell you. I will tell you this though. So we played at Pulaski for the 4th of July. That town slammed that game. It was unreal.
Yeah.
That was full of fans. It was great. Which the field wasn't. The infield of Pulaski was kind of
horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
It's not great.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
still got a scar on my knee from it.
Yeah, but dude, the fans there were great, and like they weren't chirpy or any of that kind of thing. They were really nice. Like they'd bring their kids. They were Pulaski fans to come meet us. Which they're just there to watch good baseball, and that's really fun whenever you get to play in that kind of environment, especially on the 4th of July. You feel patriotic and all that kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was a good day.
I know you love the 4th of July, Huddy.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Great stuff, man. Got to ask too, Huddy. Obviously summer ball has been big for you in your development. When I first met you going into Kentucky, obviously you could tell the sky was the limit, but it was a big adjustment period for you. And, you struggled for probably the first time in your life and had to learn how to adjust and handle adversity. And, you look at it now, hitting damn near 190 in the Perfect Game League as an incoming freshman, and now in the Appy League, one of the most prestigious collegiate summer baseball leagues across the whole United States, hitting 350 with an OPS north of 1,000. It's impressive, man. So what I want to ask is, obviously you had to go through that adjustment period before you got to Kentucky, and then you went to Kentucky, and I know Jackson said it was your true freshman year this year, but you obviously did redshirt as a freshman. So kind of talk to me about that adjustment period of like, where you were in Saugerties to where you were now, and what was kind of, you don't have to have one takeaway. There could be a bunch of different things that helped you to get to who you are, but mainly speaking, like what are kind of some of those adjustments and realizations that you had to have to get to where you are now?
Yeah, well, the thing about Saugerties was like I'm glad I learned to struggle there as opposed to getting to the fall and learning how to struggle in the fall. Which, it sucks. Like, you're batting 200 and, like I get to watch you every day get up there and go like 2 for 3 every single game, and it's just like, dang, I wish I could do that.
Sure.
But, I did get to grow like defensively. That's other areas because like about halfway through the summer, I wasn't playing much either because we had a lot of kids on that team that year. I don't know if you remember, but like we probably had 4 first basemen.
Yeah, we had a deep roster. I remember I showed up there and I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, there's 55 kids. We're all
Yeah.
doubled up in lockers. I'm like,
I
what's
know.
going
There was
on?
55 kids in your summer league.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was 55, but it was
At one
it
point,
was
there was
getting
50.
up there, Jackson.
Mhm.
That's
I think it was
ridiculous.
near 50.
I don't
That's
know how that
crazy.
happened. I think like I don't know what it was, but whatever. We had that many kids. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna. I know my swing is like, I'm in my head about my swing. I just got to like figure out a way to grind through the summer offensively. I'll figure that out when I get home, get back with my hitting coach. We'll start over from scratch, get my confidence back. But I need to get better defensively, and I would say that's one of the things that I did drastically improve on that summer was my defense.
And then again, too, obviously, tremendous year this past season. Redshirted your freshman year. What was kind of redshirting sucks. No one wants a redshirt. Everyone wants to play.
Mm-hmm.
Jax. I unfortunately, or I should say, fortunately, had the opportunity to play as a true freshman, and I struggled there really for the first time. And like you said before, like I wish I had that opportunity to go into a summer league before my freshman year. I wish I did to really learn and get humbled before that season. Like who would have known what would have happened that season. But then again, Jackson redshirt, you've redshirted, and people can take that one or two ways. They can hang their head and give up, or use it to their advantage and develop. So what was kind of the biggest takeaway and almost learning curve from that first season at Kentucky, that first year there on campus?
Well, with the red shirt and thing, like I was more of like a gray shirt situation.
Sure.
So like I wasn't even practicing and stuff like with the team. I was off on my own and the other gray shirts at the time.
Sure.
Which for me, I realized pretty quick. I was like, all right, you can either do two things. You can just stick to this schedule and stay mediocre, or you can just try to like build up your body as strong as you possibly can. And so I straight up like went up to our strength coach and I was like, hey, look, and I love our strength coach. Brent Jones is the man. He's awesome. And I was like, hey, man, I love working out and stuff, but I need to get stronger here. And lifting 3 times a week with the other red shirts is not doing it. I was like, can you just give me like any kind of times whenever other coaches, because like we have a bunch of different sport strength coach, but you get to know them all because like they're always in there at some point or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, absolutely. I'll just tell me the days you want to come. I'm like, every day I can. So he would give me like per day who would be in there, what teams, like you'd have to work out around certain teams, like the swim and dive team could be in there one day because like we've got a football weight room where we usually work out with baseball, but then we have like a separate facility they're both very nice, but like other teams work out there, except for the football team.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the weight room I'd go to, and it was right by the dorm. It was right across the street from the dorms we lived in. And, I would, like, there were times I was going to work out 6 times a week, or like consistently, because that's all I had to do. Everybody was out of town. I couldn't go hang out with the guys or, go practice at the field. So like I would go work out and go hit off the tee for 30 minutes. I go home and start doing schoolwork and stuff, or I just go drive around Lexington in my truck. Like I just trying to kill time and stuff. And that paid off a lot. I got tremendously stronger and,
I mean, it obviously transformed you tremendously because that next summer, what were you out in Cali?
Yeah, I was in the Pacific Empire League.
Yeah,
Is that the
and then
Potters?
Yes, sir. They were.
yeah,
Okay.
That was
Gotcha.
a great experience, man. I loved that whole thing down there. It was awesome.
and then obviously you saw the impact right away.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about a little bit like how do I want to phrase this? How I guess to say it bluntly, like how rewarding was that? Like that whole year of like you turned a pretty shitty situation and busted your ass and worked really really hard, put your head down, did what other people weren't gonna do. You put in the hours, you put in the time on your own. How rewarding was it to see that summer play out the way it did?
It was very rewarding.
Yeah, I mean I'm sure.
Yeah, it was, but it also helped that like you kind of take it for granted being able to play every day, and then you get that taken away from you, and it's like an injury kind of in the same aspect. I mean it's a little different, but kind of the same aspect. You're like, oh yeah, this is how fun it is, and it's you're around a good group of dudes, and that team was by far one of the most fun group of guys I've ever played for in my life. It was
sure.
I mean, like the Socrates team we had was fun.
Yeah,
and this was like at that level, if not more. and
Yeah.
the fans were awesome. Everybody wanted to hear me talk because of my accent. It was really funny. Like people would come up to me like, "Can you just say something to me?" I'm like, "What do you want me to say?" And I'm like, "That's good." I'm like, "All right." And so it was
That's
fun.
incredible.
Yeah, it was a
That's so
great time.
funny,
It was
man.
really good for me. I gained I think I gained 10 pounds in that spring.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
obviously the summer into the fall had to. Did you just kind of carry that momentum? You felt like you got back on campus and you were a
Yeah,
brand new man.
I did, but I got hurt in the fall twice. I didn't strain my right hamstring twice. So
Okay.
it was fall inter squads, strained the right hamstring, out for 2 weeks probably. I'm rehabbing that thing, again trying to get it back together. Then strained it again in our fall inter squad game, our last day of fall ball, or not
hmm
inter squad game, scrimmage against we played Moorhead, I think,
hmm
and strained it again. So I literally didn't. I probably didn't play but 6 games in the fall, maybe.
Sure.
Wow.
It
Yeah.
was yeah. So then the discussion became get yourself healthy. We'll reevaluate in the spring. And
hmm
in the spring I came back healthy and had a really good I guess spring winter, whatever it was before.
Preseason, if you want to
Mhm.
call it
Yeah,
that.
I had a really good. I hit really well in then, and they were like, "You're going to get some opportunities this year, so whenever you get your opportunities, make the most of them." And it just gradually became more and more until I ended up starting, which was awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible. Did you guys open up against Steggy this year? Did you play Lipscomb
Yeah,
when you opened up?
Bison.
That's
Oh
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Steggy and Damien.
Damien. Yep, I saw him. I didn't get to talk to him, but I did see them both play, and I didn't play that weekend.
hmm
But they both did really well. It was good
Yeah,
to see them. Good to see them
yeah.
do well.
Steggy called me today. I
Did he?
love that kid to
Yeah, he's
death.
a great dude.
What a such a good human
Yeah,
being, man, and what a great group we had there.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Hudson. So what you're talking about kind of leads me into my next question. So like obviously we established right the red shirt, obviously the struggles that all red shirts faced through that season, and obviously through that right got stronger, faster, hit more, all that type of stuff, and then got to play summer ball, had success in that league in California. But obviously, right, no matter how much preparation, how much training we're doing leading into it, right, there's nothing like that first experience into playing college baseball, right?
Mhm.
Getting on the field in the spring, playing
Yeah.
college baseball. So, what was your biggest adjustment you had to make kind of jumping into the season into fully into that next level after your whole redshirt experience?
Well, especially too, Jax. We're talking about the SEC here, man.
SEC big college baseball at
This
that.
is
Yeah.
this is the
Highest
big
level.
dogs.
Highest
Well,
level you can get.
yeah, I started my first at bat was against Belmont, and I remember walking up to the plate. It was like 20 degrees that day, and
Oh boy.
I was like just so much adrenaline. Like my hands were like doing this right here.
Yep.
Legs are shaking. I always
Oh yeah.
Well,
everybody knows that.
so I got in on Sunday. There have been 2 times, once at Lipscomb and then once that same weekend that our hitting coach had been like, "Hey, get hot. You might come in to pinch hit here." And so like the first time I was freaking out, and then the second time I was like, "All right, I feel a little bit better about it." And then the third time I was like completely calm until he said, "You're on deck," and then I about threw up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Nothing will ever prepare anyone for that moment.
no,
Ever.
We've talked
I
about
was
Ever.
it
like,
three
You can
times now.
think you're cool as a cucumber.
yeah,
I have never felt my legs tremble
Never.
more in my
Oh,
life
yeah.
than my first college at bat.
Mm-hmm.
Said
Yeah.
like 3 times now.
And
No
so-
matter how much you prepare, tell yourself you're ready. It's just a different feeling.
Well, my parents were there too, and it was like kind of that too, because I was like, I get to play in front of them. Like this is awesome, But,
Yeah.
Mhm.
So our hitting coach is like, "Hey, heavy curveball guy, get one up and do some damage with it." I'm like, "All right." And I remember that first pitch I kind of saw it in like slow motion. I was like, oh, "Okay, I'm good." And after that first pitch, it kind of just went away, Like I still like felt nervous and stuff, but I was more controllable.
Yeah.
Ended up hitting a double, backside double down the left field line.
That's a good way to start your college career.
Let's go
I was
first
like, that's
college at
awesome.
that,
Oh boy, Huddy.
Crazy adrenaline dump, and I was like, and then I kept getting more and more pinch hit opportunities throughout the year, and I kind of got the hang of it, got like really good confidence in it, and I was hitting really well out of the pinch hit spot. I'd only gotten out like twice until my first start, maybe 2 to 4 times, something like that. But my first start was against Georgia, at Georgia. And
That's a good first start.
Well,
I got something
tough.
similar. My first career start was against NC State when they
Yeah.
I know the feeling. Nothing will prepare you for that environment or that moment.
well, I was at the bench Friday night, and I mean it's a Friday night game at Georgia, first SEC weekend, and I'm looking around. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Sure.
And so like I'm kind of glad I didn't play that day, so I could like kind of take it in and see what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I get a pinch. Well, that game was just brutal. We played for like 4.5 hours, and like the
Jesus.
the top of the ninth, I go in with 2 outs to pinch hit, and I hit a ball like 105 right at the center fielder, and I was just pissed off, dude. I was like, I can't believe that ball didn't fall. Waited 4.5 hours. I finally get to hit, and I get out and whatever. And then our catcher Devin Burks comes up to me, gives me a hug. He goes, "Hey, Coach Minch just told me you're starting a DH tomorrow, so you better be ready. Flush that shit." And I was like,
I'm sure you forgot about that pretty quick.
oh boy, here we go.
Turn the page.
So that next day, I'm seeing I'm in the box as DH, and I'm like, just crazy, just crazy like crazy, man. And the first guy I saw was, I don't remember his name, some big old right-handed dude. It wasn't that short kid, but he was throwing like 98 to 100. What was their closer for a while? What was his name?
Curly?
Curly, that's it. It wasn't. I did face him, but that wasn't who it was. It was some big, just huge right-hander, and he was throwing like 97 to 100. And I get like fisted and get an infield single somehow with my speed.
Yes, sir.
There you
Yes,
go, buddy.
sir.
And
Take those.
yeah, I took it, and I was like, "Let's go, man!" And it was a good day.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's
Super
awesome.
proud of you, Huddy. Always, always. But before we wrap this up, been meaning to ask this question to our other guests, and I'm glad I finally remember this now. If you could look back at yourself before you even stepped foot in Saugerties, like you're about to leave and you're about to, go off and say bye to dad, and you're dad in this scenario, and you can give yourself one piece of advice to look back on, what would that be?
It'd probably be to trust the guys you have around you. Listen to what they say, because I was kind of hard-headed about it at first. But then, like, talking to you a lot more, I kind of, like, started to understand. Because, like, I credit you with me learning a lot about college ball. Like,
Sure.
you and me hung out all the time when I was in Saugerties. And I do
Sure.
appreciate that. You pretty much, like, took me in.
Sure. I mean, but then again, too, that's just about
Mm-hmm.
establishing a circle. Trusting those older veteran guys that
Yeah.
are very comfortable and willing to take you in, and that's the beauty of college baseball, man. And I tell that to anyone that's going into college or is transferring to a new school. It's like, be you, ask questions, like don't be afraid to look dumb and
Well, that
blatantly
was,
fuck up.
I was glad that I could look dumb in summer ball before I got to school and embarrass myself.
Yeah, because like then again too, like you're gonna fail. Everyone's gonna
Yeah.
fail. Everybody fails somehow, some way. It's a game of failure, and you're going to struggle. And the beauty about the jump to college baseball from high school is it's truly the biggest jump in the game. You're going against playing kids your own age that you've played against your whole life. To you got Hudson Brown, redshirt freshman in the box, facing a 24-year-old grown man on the mound throwing
It's
98.
actually crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It happened multiple times.
Grown man.
Oh yeah, it happens, and I appreciate you saying that always. It makes me feel good that I went about my business the right way and tried to treat everyone how I wanted to be treated, because that's when you're happiest in life. But no, I agree. I agree fully, and that's probably one of the biggest regrets. Not regrets, but things I wish I knew too. Is like go into your freshman year and be comfortable, be you. You don't have to try and be somebody else. You don't got to try and be Cool Joe out there and do all this crazy shit to impress the older guys or impress your coaches. Like, you were brought in for a reason. You were brought in to be Hudson Brown at Kentucky, which you still are. You're still true to yourself, and that's when you play the best. That's when you're most comfortable, and that's when the game stays a game. You're really just going out there with your buddies and just trying to win and battle with your boys. And at the end of the day, you go back to them and you kick couch, crack open a cold one or two, talk about the game, laugh a little bit, laugh about shit you messed up about. And the beauty of baseball is you put your head on the pillow and you got to wake up and do it all again tomorrow. You got to flush it quick and move on.
Yes, sir.
The words of Greg Manuel, flying around having fun.
It is.
Flying
It really
around
is.
having fun.
It is. It is. That you play the game the best when you truly treat it like a game.
Yeah.
And that's how you have to approach it. So before we wrap up here, Huddy, we do this segment every time with our guests. We show one clip from their synergy, and we had to choose the Clemson Regional Homer. Let's roll the tape here.
Yeah,
Big time. They stack, chest over plate.
There you go, Huddy. Oh, is that hanging chubber there?
Old change up. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
So all those boys sitting up there were our red shirts.
Are you serious?
No way.
And I told them before that game, I was like, hey, I need y'all to go stand over that 365 sign because that's my visual cue when I hit. I'm trying to put a fastball through that sign.
You're joking.
And sure enough, I swear to God, they were like, all right, we got you, man. And
that is awesome. What a story.
So they go out there and sit out there, and sure enough, I hit a ball right at them. And I really wish.
God bless you, Huddy. That is one of the coolest things I've ever heard, man.
I really wish, Logan Grove, if you ever watch this, I really wish you'd have caught that ball because I made it 10 times cooler. It's still pretty cool that I got to hit it at those boys. So
that's
never
incredible.
Known that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. That makes that clip so much cooler too. Not only was it a sick regional game, but all your buddies out there. That's tremendous. And they were freaking out. That's love. Yeah. That's love. That's genuine love right there.
Oh yeah.
That's why you do what we do, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Anyways, Hudson, as we wrap up, you got any final thoughts? Any final words? Any shout outs you want to give?
No, man. I just appreciate you guys having me on. It was cool.
Absolutely.
Hudson Brown, everybody. Appreciate you hopping on, my boy.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Thank you all.
Obviously, everybody go show Hudson some love. Social media, everything like that. Blow him up. And stay tuned, obviously. Big kid, great potential, and great heart. So, I mean, a lot to come for you. A lot to come for sure.
Appreciate it.
Without a doubt. Well, thank you again, Huddy. Love this, man. Love catching up with you. Like I said before, bro, super, super proud and pumped for the future. I mean, where you came from when I met you, man, it's tremendous. As a human being, leader, baseball player, member in your community, man, it's awesome. God bless you. Say hello to the family and everyone. I miss them dearly. They're some of my favorite people still. I wish I stayed in touch more throughout the years. It's hard. Everybody gets caught up, and it's something I'm trying to work on. So I got to shoot your dad a text eventually. Say hi and extend my just. I don't even know what I want to extend. Just how proud I am of you. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm super pumped for you, bro. I can't wait for you to ball out this fall and take it to the SEC again this spring. So, thanks again for coming on, bro. Super, super proud of you and pumped for everything. For everybody watching at home, thanks for tuning in. Episode 5 here. Please remember to drop a like. If you have any feedback on new segments or anything you want to see, or any potential guests we could try and reach out to, please comment below. Like Jackson said below, show Huddy some love on Instagram. We'll be posting this all on Instagram and tagging him and stuff. So please, we'll put his stuff in the description too. Please show him some love. He is one of the best and nicest human beings of all time.
Sir, guys, appreciate y'all checking in. Episode 5, that's a wrap. Episode 6 coming soon. We'll release our guest for that shortly. So appreciate you guys checking in. We'll see you next time.